Should be live just about everybody here, or everywhere here. Blah, blah, blah. Hello, and welcome to LOTRO stream. We are here to have fun with you. I need to chop it around a little bit more, but... Hey, Feckles, or Fecklas, Blossomberry. Find a Cuthalion. I'm actually not muted! Yes. Alright. Let me actually switch, because I have an important message. A PSA. Oh, that's not it. Nope. You know, there's one thing that I really want from XSplit Broadcaster, and that is the ability to label scenes. So I could put it, you know, front and center, in-game client, etc., etc. Do you not hear me talking? Jarrett7735, probably muted. Alright. Hello, and welcome to Court of the Rings, here on twitch.tv/LotroStream, youtube.com/LordOfTheRings/live, and facebook.com/Lotro. I really do appreciate you joining me. Get in touch with me later, Druid's Fire. I've been unable to figure out how to label the scenes. Anyway. I'm here. I'm going to be on Landreval, just kind of questing around. I'm looking to level up before hitting the epic story. I'm a couple levels behind the epic story, so I'm going to be doing that real quick. Alright, but first, an important message from Standing Stone Games and Community Manager Cordovan. We have been having an issue in-game. It happened a while ago, we took care of it, it comes back periodically, and it happened again yesterday. And let me move the camera here. I want to make sure people are aware that we are not giving away tons of free LOTRO points through an in-game world broadcast that requires you to go to a shady website and enter your account credentials. In some ways it seems like it would be obvious, and I don't want to... But I don't want to make fun of people or anything like that who have been suckered by it, because it is a very serious issue, and it is one that keeps cropping up. People keep falling for it, and, you know, they'll send it out to 100,000 people in game, and all it takes is one person really falling for it, and then the cycle continues. So, I'm going to not use any personal identifying information, but I got a PM overnight that pretty clearly explains the issue. It says, "Sir, hello there. This is to ask you of any possible suggestion following a breach of my account. I am reaching to you not just because of a forum suggestion, but because I came across your name many times in the forum as the moderator, etc., etc. Today, after a world chat message, I entered my credentials into the above site, and then I can no more log into my account, either from the game launcher or from myaccount.standingstonegames.com. My account name I couldn't access is, and then he gives me his account name. So, here was the world broadcast. And again, I'm going to remove some information, but it says world with a bracket rather than the correct phrase. It was spoofed in gold lettering, but it was in the wrong punctuation. World Cordovan, Cordavon. Greetings, Landorval. This is really a great holiday for everyone. Each player has the right to receive 3,000 LOTRO points on his own account. Apparently you can only do it if you're a guy. For receive, go to our bonus control panel and get a gift, and then it includes a website to something that is clearly not LOTRO.com, also does not have a .com domain name, but rather has a domain name for, like, South Africa, and includes a hyphen and all that sort of thing. So, if you were to go to that page, which do not do, you would be basically... They spoof the login screen for LOTRO.com. You type in your username, you type in your password, and you can imagine what happens there. They now have your username and your password. They log into your account, they change the password so you no longer have access to it, they strip all the stuff out of your account, they perhaps buy things using your card in the LOTRO store. You don't have your account. By the time you get it back, all of your stuff is gone and you've been hacked. This person who PN'd me had it even worse because since they believed this was a legit site, they emailed the company that was doing the scam, not the company, but the people doing the scam, saying, hey, now how come I can't log into my account? And then they got an email via lotro.technical@gmail.com. We do not use Gmail for our technical support. Saying, dear so-and-so, for account recovery, you need to write to Telegram Messenger. Please install Messenger and write, otherwise your account will be fully deleted. Install here, and then it has a link. So this person then did that, and then now has a keylogger in that on their account. The reason this is a problem is because we have been working quite diligently to try to stop this from happening. We can do bans on the accounts when they pop into the game. But what happens is they'll take over an account, and then the scammer will then use your compromised account to continue to spread the message. So things like, say, IP bans aren't going to work because you can't ban the entire world. We can ban the account, but they'll show up on a compromised account. So every time this scammer is successful, it makes it that much harder to resolve. Ultimately, this is going to be resolved by people not falling for it. Unfortunately, the problem is that the people in our chat room here are not the people who are going to fall for it, most likely. You know how to spell my name. We're clearly not going to be doing a world broadcast full of spelling and grammar errors. We're clearly not going to send you to a website that requires you to enter your account information to get free stuff. We're clearly not going to send you to an account that isn't LOTRO.com and it has some kind of weird domain that's not .com and all that sort of thing. We're clearly not going to make you install a special messaging client to get in touch with customer support. But you aren't the problem. You know, the people who are falling for this are people who perhaps are very much new to support. They don't know the game. They don't know how things work. Maybe they're young children. Maybe they're kids playing on their parents' account. Maybe they just, are someone who has never gotten in touch with me or customer service or anything, and so they just lack the world knowledge or game knowledge to be able to avoid this stuff. They're not actually doing a world broadcast. If they're doing a world broadcast, you'll see a world broadcast on the top of the screen here, but they're spoofing it in the chat window. There's some things that we're trying to do to resolve this issue, but really I would encourage you, clearly if you're listening to me speak, don't fall for it, but you probably weren't going to fall for it anyway. Please do continue to report this. We have been able to find them and resolve, ban them and that super duper quick. But like I said, all it takes is one person to get scammed, and then this process kind of has to start all over again. On top of that, clearly we don't want you to get your account compromised. It's awful. So do me a favor if you would. Next time you're in kin chat, next time you're in a group, next time you're, speaking to other LOTRO players, just say, hey, I was watching the live stream this week, and they were warning people about a scammer out there. The person's kind of pretending to be someone from SSG in chat, and they're sending people to a fake website where they're then stealing their account. Just don't follow any of those links from your chat window, and be on the lookout for this. Maybe, just maybe, you'll connect with the person who might actually fall for this. So please do that, if you would. We are continuing to do things on our end as well, and we are making progress. You know, we had made progress, but there's only so much you can do to prevent someone from stealing someone else's account when they opt into having that account get stolen. And then the cycle begins again. Alright, thank you very much. Sorry for the lecture. Sorry for the important message. But the more you know, it's clearly something that we've been having to deal with. And I really don't want to see anyone else get scammed. Especially because they're using misspelling of my name. I take it personal, man. Of course, they're misspelling my name. Now, granted, I wouldn't put it past me to accidentally do a spelling error in World Chat, but the few times I have done a world broadcast, and whenever we do world broadcasts, that is a very significant kind of thing to do. So I would use proper grammar, I would use proper spelling. And again, we would never ask you for your password. We'll never ask you to log into some weird side website. On top of that, if you really just kind of think of the common sense thing, it's like, not trying to say anything bad about the company or anything, but I mean, is it likely we're going to be giving every single player of the game 3,000 LOTRO points? And if we were to do that, what kind of impact would that actually have? Not just on our bottom line, but on the entire game economy, right? So no, we ain't doing that, you know? It's just not what's going to happen here, so... can't we do a world broadcast periodically warning of this? Yes, and we have been. But again, you know, the people who are falling for this are not the people who are reading these world broadcasts, unfortunately. We could, well, we do actually disable most hyperlinks in that you can't follow it, you have to copy-paste it in. We could not allow others to use Orange Chat. That might be a solution too. And that's right. If even theoretically we're going to give everyone in the game something, we'll do it through our system that allows us to actually distribute things in-game. We wouldn't need people to sign up for some clearly scam thing. Actually, I need to fix my audio because I'm set for the Kegger games. So let me talk about something actually kind of fun and nice. We thank you to everyone who watched the Kegger games. It was a good time. I had a blast. I think you guys had a blast. It was a really good time, and the archives are available over on both twitch.tv/LOTROstream and YouTube. You can find all the archives of the Kegger games by event. And we even have a collection over on Twitch that'll just play the whole shebang for you if you want to. And so thank you. I had a blast doing it. I think a lot of people who watched it had a really good time too, so cool stuff. All right. Just kind of quick check and chat. Is there any way you could stop gold hobbit gifts from giving out a single rejuvenation potion or the like? That's a good question. I think the answer is yes through our upcoming filtering. But it's not going to give you something else instead, is the trick. So, also on the good news side, you know, we do want to say that Bilbo's birthday event is going really through the weekend here. That's our bonus days event, and that's a cool thing. On top of that, we do have Update 21, Patch 2, getting closer to being released. I think we're generally targeting early October to get it released. We'll have more info as to specifically what that means as we get a little bit closer to it. But that's coming along well, and that is going to be the 3- and 6-person instances, along with 20 new Allegiance quests, and, you know, the filtering stuff that has been well received, because it's awesome, and, you know, some other good things too. So overall, we're looking to be in a pretty good place here for Update 21 Patch 2, and then as soon as we're done with that, we're cooking straight into Update 21 Patch 3. And some of that work is frankly already underway because we have trying to think of the forum name now. The forum name is skipping my head. Someone is already working on the raid. Has been working on the raid for a while now. Will the Hobbit gifts and the pick amount box get a revamp concerning their content? Yeah, that's our plan. I don't know exactly when we're going to get to that, but one of our to-do lists is to update Hobbit presents and, you know, the mount collections, and really just a whole bunch of the kind of optional things to purchase like that. So I would expect that to happen some point here. Who knows exactly when, though. Like I say, I don't think we actually know specifically. It's a little too early to really say when that's going to happen. I like the drum roll minstrel thing going on here. Fricordius has another PvP question. There's been a lot of feedback on the Audacity gear in the forum. Can we expect any adjustments? I don't know. I don't know what the plan is for Audacity gear. We do have the new Audacity gear coming in 21.2. Alright, so there we go. Let me take care of the soothsayer here, hopefully. Am I ready to go? Alright, I'm ready to go. Yay! Alright, now take care of the fierce wolves. Okay, I'm gonna give myself a quick heal. So the only thing I have left is the Guardian Gorge Stalkers, along with like relics. These wolves are a little tricky. Lots of morale they have. Alright. There's, you know, kind of back to the security stuff a little bit. There, you know, there's some chat about, well, creating new systems and that could resolve it, and that's true. You know, perhaps in the future at some point we will end up going in that direction. However, you know, people in chat are also explaining some of the issues with that. You know, hey, I don't have a cell phone. Hey, I don't have a smartphone. You know, it doesn't ultimately do much against social engineering, which is really what these scammers are taking advantage of. Social engineering is basically tricking someone into giving away the information, so that, you know, no matter how much kind of security or whatever you might have in place, it's not going to stop someone who deliberately hands over their username and password. And that's a bummer. Go, Gorge Soccer. Will we add crafting stations to the Allegiance halls? I don't know. That's a good suggestion. That would make sense. We have shown a video of the villains of Mordor, but in the new instances, we saw only a few of them. Where can we see the others? We're going to be seeing more of that kind of thing in future content. You know, we're not done with Mordor. So we will be seeing, you know, hopefully more of that kind of thing in future content updates. We do have, I believe, the last of the 4 videos going live probably this weekend. And so that should be pretty cool. Just looking for one more of the Gorge Stalkers. Serious question, I bought the Ultimate Fan Bundle and a Collector's Bundle for Mordor and gave my kid the wrong code. Ouch. If I buy a second Ultimate Bundle, can I apply it to my account? I'm assuming what you're saying is you gave your Ultimate Bundle code to your kid, rather than the Collector's, and then presumably put the Collector's on your account. If that's the case, then I think the answer is we can resolve your issue, but it's going to have to be done manually, and that would be through a ticket to customer service. They could be reached through help.standingstonegames.com. I've seen lots of tribesmen, but not many more of the Gorge Stalkers. Okay, why am I not attacking? Good call. Could SSG acquire Age of Conan? Probably not. I think Funcom kind of likes their game. There we go. Will the raid be in 20, you say 20.3, but you mean 21.3, or a later dot update? It'll be in 21.3, so up next is 21.2, and that is set for, you know, sometime in the, say, probably first half of October. And then we are going to be releasing 21.3. Later on, when it's ready. I think it's too early to even speculate on that. I don't want to be wrong. But yes, the raid is set for 21.3. And there's basically some kind of questioning underway whether we may even have a 21.4, but I don't think anything's been decided on that yet. The only information I can pass along about a spoiler on the raid is, at this point, old information. And that's the one that comes from Pinion. That's who it was. Pinion, during the anniversary live stream. So that's really the latest word as to what we can spoil about the upcoming raid. Sorry I can't provide a little more info for you. I don't know about plans to revamp the deed log, although it wouldn't surprise me if we did something like that. As we're working through, you know, the mount collection and the filtering in that this time around, I'd say there's, you know, a possibility that the deed log could get worked on.
Megavonen. Megavonen.
Alright, so let me take a look at my quest log. What am I actually doing here? See, that's 38. I don't really want to hit that up yet. Could head over to Evendom. Could work on those Gardan relics. That's really what I'm closest to. I could head back into those hills. Let's see.
Might you spare a moment of your time? Mind my words, traveler.
So, threat from the north. Who am I missing here? Let me check that one out. Erkiel and Reminleaf. Reminif. Okay. So I just gotta do the things. Alright. Nothing new to report on the 64-bit client. We'll let you know as soon as we can. Is Vastin still around? Yes, he is. He was actually on the forums not that long ago, but he's been busy working. Will there be set bonus on the instance gear? I don't believe... crap, I don't know. Alright, we quick take a look at the Book of Faces. New raids, new dungeons, or same end have BS as the last few I played? No, new raids and new dungeons. Bull Roar this weekend? I don't believe so. Alright. A lot of people watching on Facebook. I'm not seeing a lot of comments quite yet, but that's fine. Okay, what's with the blue? That's for the poisons. Okay. Let's head over there. Can you add vial bronze tokens to the feature system or filter system? Does the ones you already have disappear from wallet? Yes. So the way the filter system is going to work is it's a panel that comes up. So you're going to go to essentially an instance of whatever it is you want to filter happens, whether it's a sound or an item or what have you, and you'll add it to the filter. And once you've added it to the filter, then it won't show up for you anymore, or it won't play, or the ring won't appear over the head. There's also a way to filter out certain, like, say, quests in that as well, so there you go. And that's actually in the quest panel rather than the UI, but, like, items and sounds are all in a UI. We have not thought about doing the filter system to an ignore list for characters, but perhaps that it could be a future use for it. I don't think the filter does stop legendary level up notifications. Is a producer's letter coming soon? Only in the vaguest sense. It's been on our to-do list, but we just have not had time to really get to it. In case you don't know, Severlin, our executive producer, is actually also a software engineer. And he's been, frankly, putting in a bunch of work for on the DDO side for Ravenloft and things, too. He's not the kind of executive that just goes golfing. I will look into that question. Requires dissonance. Whoa. Oh yes, Draculetta is excited about Ravenloft. At any time will we do a cosmetic weapon shop like Lelia's for those weapons no longer in game. It's not really something that's come up. You know, some of those weapons in game are specifically not in game for a reason, so it'd be unlikely we would add them back. I think it's going to kind of have to be a case-by-case basis, though. And I'm having some computer issues. Alright, try that again. Oops. Alright. Let me head over to the LOTRO page, see if I can answer that Bullroar question. Our calendar. For some reason, calendar is not showing either. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Yes. As a matter of fact, we do have a Bull Roarer set for this weekend for 21.2. It doesn't specify what exactly is going to be in there, but I know that the team has done a bunch of polish and additional bug fixes. I've been getting some release note information on that, so that'll be in there. So yes, it looks like we do have a 21.2 beta set for this weekend. Additionally, it looks like we're tentatively planning to do a Bull Roarer beta for next weekend as well. So there we go. And then we'll be following the live release fairly soon with a beta for 21.3. Cool. Alright, glad I could get an answer to that question. How well has Mordor been doing in terms of reception and success? I think it's been going quite well. Again, you know, there's... I don't want to speak for the players, just, you know, people in chat. Let me know if you like Mordor or not. But I can tell you, you know, in terms of studio goals and kind of doing what we need to do and want to do and all that, it's been going great. So, you know. All looking good here. Does SSG own the LOTRO Market website? Yes and no. So the LOTRO Market and the DDO Market are contracted through Digital River, which is an e-commerce company that does, you know, a lot of store type things for a lot of different games. But it is ultimately, you know, selling our products and services. The two-handed scimitar is the #1 request. I'm down for that. We're going to be seeing class updates in the near future. I don't know that I would... I mean, it depends on how you want to define near future. The development team does have, you know, a sprint-based system, and they do have sprint work set aside in the coming months for class work. But when that comes to fruition in the game and all that, I'm going to say probably 22 more than 21.2 or 21.3. But that said, if there's some kind of low-hanging fruit, as it were, that we can sneak into a 21.4, if we do a 21.4, perhaps we'll see some of that. But I would say don't expect too much in the way of class work until 22. That work is happening now, though. Or will be happening, too, in the coming weeks. I don't think technically today we're doing a lot of class work. But it's on the calendar to do. So. Will the Allegiance quest lines be expanded in the future? Well, as a matter of fact, they're going to be expanded in 21.2. So, yes, is the answer to that. We've got 20 new Allegiance quests coming in 21.2. 5 more for each of the Allegiances. So it's met its expectations internally. Oh, heck yeah. Yep. Mordor's been... We're very proud of what we've been able to do with Mordor, and we hope you enjoy it too. How do we decide what you can tell us in stream and various media outlets from what is or might be coming? Generally, if, you know, I attend a lot of meetings with the team as we put together calendars and that. We keep an eye as to what's been done, what's being done, and what sort of the time frame is on that stuff. And when I feel it's in a position that I can let the world know about it, I will do so. We also have, you know, marketing plans and things like that too, depending on what it is specifically you're talking about. But in terms of that, it's usually, do I know the answer? Can I say the answer? Knowing that anything I commit to, we're committing to. And then sometimes I say stuff anyway, because, you know, I'm an idiot. But, Alright, I should be getting near the Garouden pouches. Okay. So, will we ever see a legendary item revamp? I mean, we did, right? That's what happened in Mordor here. We added to legendary items and did a bunch of stuff there. A little too close for comfort on that one. There have been no class changes since update 16 or even before that. No. There have been. Look at the release notes. Come on. You can't be serious. Go to the release notes. Look under classes. You will find things since update 16. I assure you. They may not be what you want. They may not be the specific class changes you're advocating for. Just say we have done no class changes since update 16 is just patently false. I do believe the creep classes are a little underpowered at the moment. Yes, we are aware of this. I have not heard of plans to do a Bingo Boffin sequel. It's one of those things that I believe Made of Lions had actually mentioned this once before, saying that he's, you know, he's glad people like it. It's a lot of work. I'm not sure that it's something on his agenda to do, but I'm sure he's not entirely opposed to it either. If we were to... Okay, what am I supposed to do now? This is the pool of which so-and-so spoke. Now what am I supposed to do? Oh, pour the entiers into the pool. Okay. Take low softly. It's all cool and stuff. Yes, we are aware that the creep classes outside of wargs are struggling, and we're hoping to get to that work as soon as we can. Can we expect new Dwarf Hobbit avatars in 22? I don't want to commit yet, but I was just hearing from our art director just the other day that that is a possibility. They want to try to get it done, you know, as soon as they can get it done. So, possibly. Possibly. I have no idea how I have the audacity to say that there have been class changes when there are countless bug skills, countless bugged legacies just for start. Well, I have the audacity to say there have been class changes because there have been class changes. I mean, look at the release notes, man. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we have 5 updates. I have a feeling you will find at least one class has been looked at in that time. Dude is trolling. Yeah, I know. I know. So, the idea of dedicating an entire dot update to class balance is a cool one. The thing is not everybody, you know, we have content people and systems people and engineers, artists, things like that. So it wouldn't make sense to have only a dot update on class changes, because the people who aren't in a position to do that work would just kind of have to sit around, right? So, but what we are doing is dedicating some of those systems resources to classwork as often as we can. We do have plans to work on that stuff. Alright. Wow. Oh no, I'm going to fall off the waterfall. Ah. Groovy. Take a swim as... I know, sometimes I mistreat my avatars. What can I say? How many screens do I have there? 2. I got 2 widescreen monitors. Basically one for chat, one for the game client. Yep. Swimming. Swimming. I guess I should probably get out of the water. How did I survive that waterfall? I don't know. I guess... So, you know, part of it, it's a problem, frankly. But on, you know, I've been a long time DDO player. On DDO, you can kind of hug the wall and slide around. So I sort of take that same tactic with LOTRO. It doesn't work quite as well, but it kind of works. So.
Megovanen.
Cool. Yep, I'm actually getting pretty close to wrapping things up here. We have just another couple minutes.
Greetings to you.
Nice. Alright. So it looks like about the only thing left is gathering Guardian wards, talk to Longbow at the Eve Spires, and find the Guardian relics.
You are far from home.
Cool. Alright, and I'm level 36, so that was a nice little bump. It looks like the epic quest at this point is, I don't need to be at level, but it's 38. So I'll probably get another level or so in before I keep working back at the epic quest. Let's see. Are we working on updated combat animations? Not really. What level? I'm currently level 36 on Landreval. Sorry, Helga Marie. I'll try to make a point to get to your questions next week. Alright. I think that's going to wrap it up then. Thank you very much for watching Court of the Rings here on twitch.tv/LOTROstream, youtube.com/LordofTheRings/live, and facebook.com/LOTRO. If you give us a follow, you'll be notified for when we go live with shows just like this one. If you give us a like on Facebook, you'll get all this stuff in your subscription feed. And if you give us a subscription on YouTube, you'll get all of our shows in your video feed there, too. Later on today, 4 p.m., Gussie Moose is on the loose here on Twitch. 6 p.m. is The Dark Side with Evil Twin. 10 p.m., the Late Night Show with Rcast. And then overnight at 4:30 a.m. Eastern is the Epic Friday morning stream. You can find our full schedule, including a link to a Google Calendar of all of our LOTRO streamers, over on our Twitch page. So thank you very much for joining me. Appreciate you being here, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Have fun.